What's up, guys? This is the Wheelchair Bodybuilding Podcast, and today we got me and Chad, IFBB pros, and four-time Mr. Olympia, Harold Kelly. Four-time, right? Four-time, right?
Soon to be five.
Soon to be five. Should have a couple more joining later, but let's pick up where we left off with wheelchair divisions or wheelchair predictions. So, Chad, you want to go first?
I'm putting me on the spot.
I'll say mine. What mine were last week that I talked about last week. If I remember correctly, I said Harold, Gabriel, Anand, Adolfo, Anthony. That was my top five that I was guessing last week.
I would have to agree with that. Yeah.
Like dead on exactly like that, or
pretty much.
Then like the wild cards is of course Harold versus Gabriel, right? That's going either way. Then you got Anand, we don't know how he's going to show up looking because we haven't seen him in a while. That's a wild card. And then you got how close Adolfo and Anthony are, right? So there's fun stuff all over the place with our division. And then you got Tori coming in, who's tall and thick, and he looks good. He might upset somebody, so there's a lot of variables here.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be your top five, and I'm definitely going to go with Harold because I know Harold bringing it this time. So,
I think I'm
Okay,
gonna go with Harold.
You agree with my top five exactly like that? Same top five in that order?
That would be probably. I think that's a good prediction right there for top five.
All right, then what's your top five, Harold?
To be honest with you, man, it's hard to. I can't even put my hand on the top five because for me to give him my honest opinion, I need to see everybody.
Yep.
I just need to see everybody, man, and a lot of people gonna give predictions according to it, and I'm not really the one who do a lot of predicting in regards to it. But if I saw each one of them, like if I see this person, I saw that person. And I just look at the videos and stuff, and I studied it enough, and I can give you a good, honest opinion on it. And a lot of predictions are predicting from last time we saw him, like a nod. I couldn't even say what he gonna look like in 3 years. I can't really say it now. Antonio, I can say what he looks like. I can say what, even Adolfo, I really can't say what Adolfo looks like because Adolfo, he even tell you depends on how he feeling that week, how he's gonna do. Gabe did really good at the Arnold. He beat me out at the Arnold. And me, coming in second at the Arnold and knowing different variables that I was dealing with. So, the prediction, it is knowing what I need to do. What I need to do is not even predictable because I know when I pull, I do what I need to do, and I'm not even worried about anything. Regardless of how somebody else looks. And don't get me, Gabe looks wonderful. He's phenomenal, and he's grown over the years, and he did a lot of changes. He's dealing with a lot of coaches. He's dealing with a lot of good stuff, and he's learning a lot with his body, and that's what everyone need to be doing, learning their system. And I think he's dialing his system in every year better and better and better, and that's what he's supposed to do. So him saying that he's going to come in number 2 is hard to say because you haven't seen a nod. If you think about it, that year that he competed with the nod, what place did Anad come in?
Anad got second in 2018.
Right.
And then I think he got third or fourth in 2019. I don't particularly remember. That was the year that Chris Dim was on stage with us.
Right. And,
so didn't he get fourth behind Chris Dim? Because didn't Chris get third, if I remember correctly?
Who got second?
Gabriel, I thought. I thought
no,
it was you.
Ludovic
got third in 2018.
Okay. And who got second?
And then he retired after 2018.
Okay.
And then
who got second?
Second was Anand.
Right. And so I don't think he came back in 2019, right?
Anand?
Right.
It's hard to remember. Like that was the year Chris Dim was on stage with us.
Right. But 2020, but Nod never came back.
I don't know. It's hard to remember. I thought he did, and I thought he might have took fourth behind Chris, maybe.
So it's really hard to put him where he need to be. So that's gonna say a lot in regards to, the placing. Antonio, depends on if he's going to save some muscle and get some fullness in with his stride. He's already started, so it depends on how full he's going to be in. Is going to be debatable whether or not he's going to contend with now with him, with, like you said, Adolfo, with that side structure. It depends if Adolfo get lean, and then at contrary to that, if Antonio going to keep some mass and be lean. And then you're also talking about Chad and yourself. Both of y'all two have structures that, one little small tweak can make a hell of a difference in 3 or 4 placings. Especially with you just edged I think just edged you out at the last show because they didn't predict your size. And then when you got size now and then you lean back up, then that alone going to put you in another whole category of placing. So, a lot of predictions are not even seeing what a person done. Now, everyone was posting videos, making a good prediction is I would say is valid because you see something to judge. Whereas I don't think you had a posting. Chad had one, but not really compared to anything. I think I did a post in my back shot. And Gabe haven't posted anything, as far as I know.
Oh no, he was. I don't know how up to date it is, but he's been posting some posing videos.
Okay, I haven't seen.
And I've been posting some pictures, not a whole lot of videos, but I've been posting pictures.
Okay, and I haven't really seen any of that.
Now, the guy who like the real mystery to me is Anand. I don't know what's accurate with him. What's an old picture? What's a new picture? Right. So he's a huge wild card. What he's going to look like?
Is that 100% though? Is he 100% coming?
Yeah, because Nick gave him the special invite, right? He got the special invite approved. And now on Anand's Instagram and everything, he's saying, I'm going to be there. Come meet me there, blah, blah, blah. He's saying, I'm going to be there.
If he's saying that, then he's coming.
He's been saying, I'm going to be there. Expect me there. So he's a real wild card, what he's going to look like. And then the other wild card to me is Tori, because he's the same height as Brad. Right. So I want to see him next to Brad. I want to see him next to everybody because I don't know.
Tori had that. Tori had, I think that was Tori in the UK.
No, I don't think so.
Canada.
Who was the guy? Who was the guy in UK that came in third?
Came in third where?
At the UK.
Oh, came in third at that show? I don't know. Are you thinking of Nick Hewitt? The guy who won his pro card? The new...
He had the old school muscle. He kind of had that grainy look.
Are you thinking of Carl?
It could be Carl.
Well, so Carl was another one. We were talking about him last week. Apparently he's out.
Oh,
and Carl was legit. I thought Carl would come in maybe 4th or 5th. He looked good, but apparently he's out. He's got an injury or something.
Okay.
Is he one of the guys that's on the poster?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but he was the guy from Poland. A real big dude. Like, he looked good. So,
guys,
what's up?
But
yeah, we were talking about him last week. That Carl
they had bicep issue or something.
Yeah, something happened, but that really mixes up the lineup with him being out because he would have fit in 3rd, 4th, 5th, I think, somewhere in that range.
I would suppose.
Yeah, we'll see.
Why am I on the screen? Am I one of the guys in the pictures? Y'all can see me.
Yep.
If you'll see those 3 little buttons at the bottom, Harold, you can scroll over to where you can see everybody.
Well, it's not in the block. I guess I can see all 3 when I'm not up there beside y'all. Okay, that's fine. That'll work.
But anyways, we'll move on to the open predictions. Are you guys following the open?
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe the top 5, top 6, top 7. So everybody in the top 10 is a monster this year, right? So we'll do somewhere like top 6, top 7 predictions like that. Yeah. I will read off the list, and I'm going to skip some names because I think they're out. So, but I'll read all the names that I know for sure are in. Nick Walker, Big Rammy, Brandon Curry, Hottie, Hunter, Samson Dowda, Bonac, Blessing, Charles Griffin, Mo Shaban, I'm not sure if he's in or not, Hassan Mustafa, let's see, Ian Valier, Akeem Williams, Andrew Jacks, Derek Lunsford, Antonio Burton, James Hollingshead. I'm skipping a couple, but those are like the main players. We got Baruz, who just jumped in there from Iran, the new guy. He's making a lot of waves, but hell of a lineup. So let's do maybe a top 5, top 6, something like that.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first? Anybody have particular opinions on this one?
Well, I'm gonna jump into it again. Man, it's so many new guys that look great. I can't even place them, bro. I mean, I really can't place them. To be honest with you, I know the normal ones that was last year, and then seeing what improvement they made in regards to the changing of guards from last year to this year. And I just haven't seen it enough, man. Be honest with you, man. I haven't been watching a lot of stuff, but man, I've been head down grinding, bro. Be honest with you, man. Staying off the tunes, kind of like really, just dialing myself in, just focus on that because, 21 days out, 30 days out is all about the grind. It's so much intel with your body changing, especially wanting to be in the best in the world. You kind of leave that drama, not drama. You kind of leave that kind of out, especially with me. I mean, I just, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love to engage in it. But even when you say you're gonna do the prediction calls on the phone call, and you're like, okay, I'll join in on it, but I'm not really. I don't have a lot of intel to go into it and express it. I would say, looking back at Big Rammy, he's holding his post down. If he's getting his dialed in with Dennis, like he always do, if he dialed with Dennis and getting his posing in, it's going to be very, very hard for. And I would say the next person, I'm saying Brandon, to beat him, but Brandon is capable of beating him. Getting back on his getting his post back. He put more size on. He's more ripped this year. And he put more size on it. And again, it's not all of a size game. It just Rammy is so dominant, and he dialed in. And so that's the thing, being dominant and dialed in. Those two. Now, when you start adding the third thing with symmetry and the balance and small waist, that's 3, 4, and 5. But the first two is size and then dialed in. That's number 1 and number 2. They're so prominent. They're so strong in that first place position that it's hard to get to the other stuff when those two are so strong presence in Rammy. And then you got, Brandon. Now you got William Bonac. Everybody kind of like not having him in the conversation. But you got to think about William has not been outside of that top 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 position for a while. And he also gave Brandon a real strong run for the money at the Arnold a few years ago.
Yep.
So you cannot leave him out, even though you got Nick, who got the good size, he got the roundness, and he got that smaller waist coming in with the density to stand side by side with Big Rammy. He just gotta how can I say? He got to put time doing it too. At the same time, people don't understand that side of it. I hate to say it, but that's a key fact that I even heard from the horse's mouth, Arnold Schwarzenegger, man. You got to put some time. Hate to say it, you ain't a rookie for a reason. You're a rookie. I'm sorry. Rookie just can't get on the game day and play in the NFL, unless you're the top dog.
What do you think Nick is missing to knock off Rammy?
Nick?
Yeah.
Time.
So just get denser or like?
Just a real hard, dedicated muscle. That new muscle and dedicated muscle is 2 different muscle groups, bro. It's hard beating the old school muscle that's been there for years, and then it's just dense and it's more. And again, I'm not the guru on this, so someone again chop me up on it. Okay, cool, I understand. But that old muscle, bro, and that new muscle is two different looking muscles. I hate to say it, but what he's missing, you got to put them side by side. Now, when you put them side by side, I can point it out and show you what I'm looking at, and then we can talk about it. This is like everyone want to look at Phil and Phil and Kai. Kai should have beat Phil. Phil should have beat Kai. Kai should have beat Phil. But when you put them side by side, you see the difference. I mean, hands down, you see the difference. You can't see him one person by itself. He looked phenomenal. Other guy by himself, he looked phenomenal. Put them side by side. Then when you line them up like that, like at drag racing, that half a second is a difference. That half a second, turn the light on. I hate to say it, but it just take a fourth of a second, bro. That's it. And you see the difference. But Nick look good, look phenomenal, especially as young as he is. His density, his size, his V tape. He got the good leg sweep. I mean, bro, the youngster looks phenomenal. Will he be Mr. Olympia? Yes, he will. He will. He's going to be Mr. Olympia. When I don't know, but he will be Mr. His name will be on that sandout. If he continue to do these things he's doing and be persistent with it, his name will be on that sandout. But as of will it be there in 21 days? I doubt unless Ramy again, anybody can be off. Ramy can be off. He can have an issue he can't get right. We call him Brandon Curry could be off. Something can happen. Hottie, something can happen. And then William probably can't dial something in, and Nick rolls through the ranks in first place. I mean, it can be overnight. It can be overnight. That's the difference. But like I said, that peak week is a hell of a week. One wrong move, one miscalculated step, all the pictures you don't post up all week is you were shredded. You don't look shredded at 2:00 on Saturday. That's the difference. You look shredded on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but 2:00 Saturday, you didn't look shredded and you just lost. That's the thing about it. You can look shredded for the past 3 weeks, but at that 2:00 on Saturday, you just wasn't shredded. I don't know what happened. And it can happen that way. You just think, what the heck? And it happens just like that in a split of a second, of a blinking of an eye. You just lost. You just came in third and fourth because your thoughts wasn't right. Your stress level just shot up for some reason. You don't even know why. So that's how crucial this thing is, bro. And people don't understand that. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well said.
I was gonna say that right there pretty much says it all. I admire Nick's tenacity and his confidence. And like you said, Harold, if he continues on the path he's on, he will be Mr. Olympia, but it won't be this year.
All right. What do you think, James?
I think Nick's a good top 4. I think Ramy's got it this year. But I totally agree with what you're saying. It's all he's new muscle. He ain't gonna put the time in. Is what I think.
Does anybody think Ramy's going to lose this year?
Like
That's
Harold
up to
said.
Ramy. That's up to Ramy.
Said.
That's up to Ramy.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody's saying Ramy. All right, everybody's
No,
saying Ramy.
I said that's up to Ramy.
Yeah, of course.
He can lose. He can lose this year.
So then I guess what's
it's up to
everybody's
Ramy.
opinion? What was that? So what's everybody's opinion on who has the best chance to upset him? Is it Brandon or is it somebody else? I can reread the names if you want me to.
I saw Brandon the other day. He looks phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He looks phenomenal.
Brandon, Nick, Hunter, Hottie, Andrew Jacks, Bonac. I can go back to the list, but that's just off the top of my head. There's a lot of legit people,
Yeah.
You got Samson Dowda, who's 300 pounds right now. You got
a lot of those new guys look great, but I guarantee if you put them beside a well-balanced person consistently, you're gonna pick apart where they're missing. And a lot of those new guys got phenomenal parts, But when you put him beside a well put together Olympian who's been there for years, who worked on those bad parts and have all the parts, you will see the difference. You will see why they've been there and they're not there. And you can't. The name sound good when he's on the stage by themselves, not beside a Mr. Olympia, and they won a Arnold, they won a qualifier. They won it because the guy who was beside him missed the part too. But when you put them beside these top fives who've been there for the past 5 years, why you think Hadi Chupan has been in position where he's been so long? Hadi Chupan ain't the biggest. How much Hadi weigh? 165, maybe 160, 150 something?
I think he's in the low. He was 212. I think he's a little over 212. Like he's in the low
230, 240
like
maybe. Why do you think he's in the top 5 conversation consistently? Because he don't have any missing parts really.
Yep.
And people, you don't understand. And you got these bigger guys, the new, the even Sergio Olivia Jr., phenomenal body. You put him beside one of them, be like, okay, I see what you're missing. That's what happened. You put him inside, you're like, okay, I see what you by yourself, you look phenomenal. Put him inside one of those your top 5 been there for years, you see what he missing. And then when you get in that top 3, you get in that top 3, you get in that top 3 thing, then it's like, then it goes into, okay, what they didn't do right. Because everything firing on all cylinders, that's gonna be like hard to judge. And that's why the judges is so hard on a lot of them. And you gotta think about it. Phil lost to Sean Roden, right? If you look at his pictures, Phil was firing everything except for one cylinder. He left one cylinder loose, and they chew him up. One cylinder, all the rest of them was even better, but that one bad cylinder threw the whole game plan away. So it's very crucial when you get to that the elite point. And then it has to be that day. The day before, Phil probably could have been stomach in, holding everything. That day it wasn't that way. Or that hour. Just that hour. Maybe the day before he was holding it and everything. That day he just did. That makes a difference right there. But
absolutely,
a lot of the new guys, I want to see what they look like. I'm definitely going to look at a lot of the new guys and see the difference in them. And Blessing, phenomenal person again, standing by himself. When you put him beside, one of those Olympians who've been there for years, even his tall and had big heads, you put him beside Bonac, and you're like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Now I see it. And Bonac is a top 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's
a good one.
And then if Bonac do the right thing, he could be a Dexter Jackson that's coming in and creep it out 1 year and eventually get Olympia. If Ramy having a bad day, if he ain't on point, or the rest of them ain't on point for some reason, everybody get the flu. Everybody get a flu bug.
Never know.
That's all it takes.
Here's a good one though. Do you guys think Lunsford is going to be in the top 5? Anybody have any opinions on him? Because he's another wild card. Now he's working with Hani Rambod, and he doesn't have to make weight anymore.
Oh, Lunsford number 212. Yeah. Now see, that's the difference. He hasn't much too much because he already won 212. He already been on the circuit for multiple years. He already been a champion. So and then Hani done peeking out his misses already and lining him up with the big guy already. He already know what he's missing. He's working on that first and foremost. So will he be in the top 5? Now that one, I don't know. I really don't know that one. He could.
He's a fun one. He's a big wild card.
If Flex had competed from 212 to the open class, that would have been. I say myself, he would surely fall right in the top 3.
Top 3, you think? Yeah.
That was my personal opinion. Maybe top. I love Phil. That's my boy. But if Flex had came into that time, but like, oh boy, we got some. Because have y'all ever seen Flex at 245, 250?
He looks nasty.
Yes, super nasty.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyway,
I want to see.
here nor there.
I want to see Lunsford next to Bonac, like shorter guys, right? I want to see Lunsford next to Hunter Labrada. I want to see some of those comparisons, and I don't know. That's where it's going to get real fun for me as a fan.
I don't see Hunter legs matching his upper.
Dude, it's funny you say that because I just looked at some pictures of him the other day, and his legs are not on point.
Right, and so that's hard for me to put him in give it. I don't know where he's at, but I've seen that picture of him. So I don't see him in that in a good strong deal. Top 5, top 6 scenario. It just because his upper is dominant. He's so dominant upper, and it seems as if he had the same issue when Brandon had with his legs, but Brandon done brought his legs up multiple times. I mean, multiple sides. He done brought his legs up. So that's not even an issue with. Even if he's trying to say something with his legs, man, Brandon's legs look sick. But and then Hunter standing beside Bonac's legs. That ain't even a show, So and then Nick legs, So I don't know where Hunter gonna fall in at, bro. Fall in there. His name is strong. Don't get me wrong, and a lot of people back, and I'm gonna get me wrong. I'm just looking at the pictures. I'm just taking away the name and looking at the pictures, and I don't know. I can't see it. I just can't see it right now. Let me say that.
I know where you're going with that, and I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun this year. There's a lot of good ones. I'm glad Lunsford went up because he's really a fun wild card to throw into the open, right? And then I like how it frees up the 212 because, I really like Sean Clarita and Kamal. Now they can go at it for the top spot there. You got Angel Calderon. He's pretty crazy too, and he's knocking on the door with Clarita and Kamal. So now 212 is interesting. And then we got the other divisions too. We'll see if anybody beats C-Bum. I kind of doubt it, but
no.
Anybody seeing the upsets with those other divisions?
I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Bumstead in the Classic.
Yeah, he's feels like he's a shoe-in.
Oh yeah, this will be his fourth one too.
Bumstead set. I think they was looking for a standard for that classic position for a long time, and now they got the standard, which is not. It's not good. It's not good to make a standard around a person, because what they did was they didn't know the standard. Now, Chris, he sets the standard for that stage. So any smaller contestant is not really the standard, even though Rough Diesel, he looks phenomenal. He's just not tall enough. And then the ratio of weight to height, the weight to height for the taller ones is I want to say a fraction more than the weight to height for the smaller ones. And I think you got to look at it on paper and you'll see what I'm talking about. I think I glimpsed it one time and I saw a few pounds. The rate, the how can I say, the ratio difference. They have more weight for the taller people, for the taller guys. So even though you're taller, you can put more weight, but I'm saying the ratio. If you put the numbers on the ratio scale, you see the difference. You don't understand it until you look at the ratio. So being a certain height, you can't put but so much. I understand that, but at the same time, that's the ratios off. It's almost like you got 5-to-1 compared to a 4-to-1, and the ratio is off. Therefore, you can't be but so big. But
yeah, I mean, Rough Diesel was awesome. He's probably the best poser in the IFBB right now. Right, it looks phenomenal, but just the height and the structure, it's hard to go against Bumstead.
Yeah, and then the two new guys, that's pushing there, they're a little taller than Rough Diesel, so they can put a little more mass on. They look even better. The
Dino
guy behind
and Urs. You thinking of Dino and Urs?
Yeah. And see, they're a little taller, so they can put more weight. Therefore, they have a better presentation. I think that weight should be raised for the shorter guys. I just think so. Now you can say, well, he should be on 212 class. No, not that much. I'm just saying it's a little bit. That 3 pounds, 5 pounds of difference, a big difference when you're talking about 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". I don't know, but that's just my little looking at it. But Chris, from where he's at, He's still sitting on his throne. I think ain't nobody going to dethrone him this year. I don't know about next year or the year after. It depends. Again, he may be his own counterpart because he pushing his max weight to the door right now. Sometimes all weight ain't good weight. All weight ain't good weight. And I can give you a little snippet on me. Y'all gonna see that I kind of brought my weight down a little bit. And I can guarantee you I look way better. So all weight ain't good weight. And you got to think about Ramy. Ramy lost weight and he won.
Yep.
Ramy lost weight and he won.
Yep.
So again, all weight ain't good weight. A lot of people think like packing on more weight, you be better, but it ain't always true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chad or James, do you guys want to weigh in on the top 3 or top 5 for the Open? Any upsets you think are going to happen? Any new people that are going to break in there and push out some old people?
I'm not sure.
I can read the names again if you need me to.
Yeah, read the names again.
Let's see. So we got Nick Walker, Big Ramy, Brandon Curry, Hottie, Hunter, Samson Dowda, William Bonac, Blessing, Charles Griffin, Hassan Mustafa, Ian Valier, Akeem Williams, Andrew Jack, Derek Lunsford, Tony O'Burton, James Hollingshead, Baruz. So that's a good handful of them there.
Lunsford going to do better than most people expect.
Yeah,
Derek going to do a lot better than everyone expect. Only because I'll tell you why I feel, because he is a past Olympia. He already saw his weak spots against the best, and his coach has taught the best and know what to look for to be that. Not saying the other coaches don't do that either. I'm saying it's true, but
both Lunsford and Bumstead are both working with Hani now.
Yeah. So. Yeah, right down the street for me. You don't know how many days I want to drive down there. I want to go straight down in the middle of the workout, man. Look at me. Yeah. But yeah, man, you got one of the best eyes of Olympian trainers. I got the eye on you and making sure you're right. So you can't be wrong. It's hard for you to go wrong. And actually, when you're already the best, that's the part about it right there. When you're already the best and you got the eyes of the best looking at you to make you better, how wrong can you go? Yeah, I'll be down there next year.
Yeah. But Chad or James, do you think there's going to be any big upsets in the top 3 or top 5?
I think the top 3 is going to be hard. I think Hottie, Nick, and Labrada is going to be top 3.
Hottie, Nick, and Labrada is going to be top 3 under Ramy?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's top 4. Okay. Hottie, Nick, and Labrada. So you think Brandon's going to place behind them?
I think it's gonna be a toss-up, I think, between 3rd and 4th.
Who between 3rd and 4th is who?
So who do you think is going to take 2nd?
Cool.
Because, I mean, right there, Brandon's taken 2nd at the last 2 Olympias. You're thinking he's going to take 4th or 5th?
No, the other way around. Sorry, I'm thinking 2nd. Sorry. I'm getting confused. Yeah,
you think Brandon's going to take 2nd?
Yes. And I think
Brandon's
it's going to be
2nd. Okay.
Between, I think,
the 3rd, I'm thinking 4th,
3rd, Nick's going to be top 3.
Nick's going to take 3rd then. Okay.
Yeah.
So you think he's going to beat Hottie? He's going to beat...
between him and Hottie, I feel like it's a toss-up. Really, I think. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell.
Yep.
And then, it's going to be fun. I mean, then...
So you're saying Nick gonna take Hottie, Bonac, and Ludford?
I think
Derek.
It's just
Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't know where Samson Dowda is going to place. Samson Dowda is apparently the biggest guy under Ramy. He's the heaviest guy on the scale under Ramy. So I don't know if he's
He's
going to come in
not.
with
He's not going to
condition.
be in. He's not going to be in conversation.
You don't think so?
No, that's like Ramy. When Ramy came in 2013, what he came in at? Way in the bottom. Yeah, no one know. No one know for 8 years. He got to dial all that muscle in.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say it, and I haven't even seen that. I didn't see this guy that much. He's big. I heard how big he is. I don't even think he's going to be on the radar. When they pull up the top five, he's not going. When the top six, he's not going to be on the radar.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to agree with Harold on that.
Because you already got Nick. You got Nick. You got Hottie. You got Derek. You got Derek. You got William. You got Brandon. You got Ramy. Again, each one of them guys got at least six plus years of Olympia. Not Derek, but the other 5 got at least 6+ years of Olympia competition under their belt. To dial in their bad spots and everything. Now you have Nick rolling in hard to be in that top 5 to 6. Then you got this guy you talking about, and then you got all the blessing, the and all the great guys that have phenomenal physique to roll in that he's going to be standing against, to compare himself against first, to pass them to get to these guys. That's 2 different groups. Top 5, rest of these guys. And he gotta show himself proven fact from all of these new guys that's hungry. Then surpass Nick. Nick Walker to get to these first 5. That's how the breakdown is. That's literally how the breakdown is. Because these top 5 guys been in the top 5 for the past 5 years, maybe. They ain't letting it go, bro. I mean, they ain't just gonna, I gave it up. Nah, bro, they doing even harder work to get where they need to get to number 1 again. We are putting more muscle on. He's correcting his little issue with his abs. He's correcting his gyno. Hadi Chupon ain't changing not one thing. He gonna be consistent with what he been doing. Brandon getting bigger.
Heidi's already here in the U.S. way early.
Right. He already training with the best. Heidi, Chris, and Derek. All I'm over there training right now. I'm to be the number 1. And then, Ramy, I think he's coming this week, whatever. And then Brandon, he's doing his thing to get his title back. That's the first top 5 right there.
I think a lot of people may be underestimating Brandon. And Brandon has, like you said, he's been in the trenches. He's got that mature muscle mass. He has put on size. I think Brandon's going to probably upset some people. I mean, he just...
if you don't upset Ramy.
Well,
I'm still... I'm waiting to walk on stage and he'd be like, okay.
Because he's taken second the last 2 years in a row, so he has nobody to upset except Ramy, right? Everybody's got to upset Brandon.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to get better. Think about that.
Yep.
He know what he done wrong last year. Actually, he was even hard last year. He was softer last year. So he's correcting his mistake this year. Now it's up to Ramy to maintain what he had last year. Hopefully. If he don't have a bad day.
Of course, Brandon won the Arnold.
Yeah, convincingly.
Yep.
But
then you heard the story too that last year Ramy didn't train most of the year. Did you guys hear all that story?
Last year?
Yeah, that Ramy barely trained last year. He took like most of the year off, and he just like slammed on the gas at the last second, and like they were afraid he wasn't going to make it. He had some personal stuff going on. They never said what it was. Something personal, but he didn't train most of last year. And then he flipped the switch. I don't know if it was 4 months out or 6 months out, but he flipped the switch. And I guess he was asking Chad the whole way through the prep, like, do you think I'm going to make it? Like, should I pull out? Am I actually going to win? Like it was kind of it was nerve wracking for him, I think, but he pulled it off. And now this year he's been training all year.
Yeah. Yeah. The first year he won, he had issues. The first year he won, he had. I think Ramy worked best under pressure. Because the first year he won, he had some issue with his family, this, that, and other. He was moving this place to that place and everything. And then he hooked up with Dennis at the last minute. So I think stress makes some people pull out the best in them. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. You're going to lose everything. Now you're going to lose this? No, I cannot lose this. So it make you work different. So, sometimes stress to mess somebody all the way up. Sometimes make them harder. It depends how your body going to absorb the stress, how direct stress. Stress probably make you even leaner. Sometimes stress make you hold water.
How about Andrew Jack? Anybody think he's gonna make any waves this year or not yet?
I don't know enough about him to make a decision.
I mean, he's extremely aesthetic. He's got a beautiful look. I don't know if he probably doesn't have the size yet, but he's got a beautiful look.
That you just said it. Well, you just said it where he gonna be whether he might make top 10. You just say why he ain't gonna make top 10.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like 7 or 8, somewhere in that range, But
7th, 8th. Now you gotta think about it. Nick gonna make number 6.
Yeah,
you have one space to number 7.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's not including Derek. So you say he gonna beat Derek?
And now Derek's a wild card. Shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
yeah,
no, it's hard, bro. It's gonna be hard this year. Those guys gonna have it hard this year. The judges gonna have it hard judging all these guys.
Yeah. No, this is an extremely competitive Olympia. Yeah.
I don't think there are going to be too many new names in the top 6, if not just one. Let me say that.
Okay. You think there's only going to be one, like,
maybe one new name in the top 6. Maybe. Either it's going to be Derek or Nick.
What I said, Nick was what, 4th or 5th last year, I believe. I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Bonak wasn't on last year. Bonak wasn't on last year.
Yeah, true. But Bonak's better. Yeah.
Way better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bonak's a wild card too.
Yeah, Bonak wasn't on last year. And he definitely corrected a lot of issues he was dealing with last year. So I'm gonna say he's back in the camp. So
because he looked really good at the Arnold's, right?
Yeah. So I only want to put one new name in that top 6. One new name maybe in that, and then maybe Derek. Derek, and again, this because of the hype behind his name, and he a past Olympian, and he's trained by Heidi, and I don't think he's gonna have any missing parts. So that's pretty much it for me. I don't know where it's gonna be falling at. I don't know. Can it be an upset? Yeah, it can be a total upset with Brandon. But it really depends on Big Ramy, how he gonna dial himself in.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat him, but he can lose. And it's a difference.
He's got to beat himself.
Yeah. You can lose, but it's hard to beat him.
Yeah.
To beat him. Yeah. But he can lose. Yeah.
I just want to say this about our class. Man, for me personally, to be on that stage for a second time, especially, later in life at 48 years old, and I don't have the best genetics. I'm probably a good example of what you can do with horrible genetics. But I've always had that determination. And don't get me wrong, I'm not underselling myself in terms of where I'm going to place. Mm-hmm. It won't be top 5, I don't think. It may be, but I don't think it will. But for me, I'm just grateful, dude, to be able to get on that stage with the best in the world. And I'm excited, and we're going to have fun. And what an honor.
There's going to be 12 of us, I think is the number. Something like that.
If everybody shows, yes.
Yeah, if everybody shows up, because that's the most we've ever had on the Olympia stage.
Yep. Last year we had 8.
2018 was our biggest year. That's when we had 9, I believe, that were actively competing.
Yeah.
And then we had Jack that was retiring, right?
Yeah.
But there was 9 of us 2018, and then there's never been 9 again. So for us to have 12 this year is cool.
That's big. That's big. that's giving you some representation how the class is coming along, and that's good. That's what is needed.
Yep.
That's what is needed.
I'm assuming. I mean, that's a lot of wheelchairs. So we're finally going to do a first call out and second call out, right? That's a whole lot of wheelchairs.
They'll have to.
That is
right.
That's a
So that'd
giant
be
mess.
cool, though. It's cool that hey, we'll finally have a first call out and a second call out at the Olympia, and just we're breaking through to that more normacy, I guess. That's cool.
Yeah.
I know there's 10 of us for the Arnold, so that'd be a first and second call out.
Yep. Yeah, so that's going to be exciting. But anybody else want to throw any last second predictions?
I just want to say I wish they quit putting me close to Harold on these damn posters.
Seriously.
I'm trying to tell you, Chad, I told you, trying to tell you in the top 5. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They put you in the top 5 class.
Yeah, whatever. making me look all little and shit.
Oh man. Yeah. But yeah.
Awesome. So maybe we'll do one or two more of these before the Olympia, but if not, I will see you guys in 3 weeks in Vegas.
All right, guys.
Cool.
All right. Yep.
All right.
All right, guys.
See ya.
Yeah, have a good one.
Yeah.
See ya.